one of the most important aspects of College Office, of course, is the management of people. People is a generic word on purpose, since it could be students or teachers or alumni or simply individuals whom you want to keep track of. So let us look at the people screen in College Office. From the home page, I click on people, and the system shows the list of all the individuals who are kept in the system. If I'm looking for somebody in particular, I will click on the filter button on the lower right of the screen, and I can search either by name, if I remember an element of their name, or maybe I could also be searching by type. Am I looking for a student or a staff or a teaching staff, a term in which they are attending the institution, a campus they're on, or a role that has been granted to them in order to log in into the system. So here I'm just looking for somebody called Cooper. I type their name, I click OK, and I was looking for Teresa Cooper. I click on her name, and now she is on my screen. So there are many tabs on this screen. The first one, profile, keep the basic information about the individual, including their picture. To assign a picture to a person, it is actually very easy. I can either click on the picture itself or else click on the button labeled picture on the lower right side of the screen. This will bring a screen that lets me pick a picture from one of the folder of a local folder on my computer. Now there is an interesting aspect of this, is that if I'm using College Office using a smartphone and I click the picture button, then when I click the browse button, it will directly take me as an option to the camera of the smartphone, which makes it really very easy to insert pictures of students or teachers into College Office. Use the smartphone, go to the collegeoffice.org, open the application, and then simply use the camera of your smartphone to directly insert the picture into the database. Now let's look at the edit button here on the bottom right, and here I can enter the various details about the person: first name, last name, ID number, which would be an institution ID number, which either the system can auto-generate, and for this you can check the video on College Office setup. National identification number here, which is hidden by default. In the States, this would be the Social Security number. I can click on it in order to view it as well as enter it. Middle name, high school graduation status, and there again, this status is defined in the College Office setup. Please, I refer you to the video on how to define those options. Here, let's say that she did receive a high school diploma, year when she graduated, prefix, suffix, ethnic group, if you need to keep track of this, date of birth, primary email address, and primary phone number here. And those are, the primary email address is required if you wish to grant this individual online access. Country of birth, gender, marital status, former name if need be. Now, on the second page here, roles, this is where you define what access is this person going to have when she logs online. Here by default she's configured to log in as a student, so therefore when she goes online what she will see is what a student sees, which is their own personal private information and their grade and their classes and so on. I can add other roles here, clicking on the plus button, and here the different roles available: administrator, instructor if the person is an instructor, a registrar, and then of course this would give the individual access to most of the features of College Office. Finally, the last tab here in the edit screen is the citizenship, and I can record more than one citizenship. And when I record the citizenship, let's say Albania here, and I can enter also some information pertaining to the citizenship of that person in this country. Well, this is it as far as editing the details of a person. Now, going back to the main screen, contact is where I record the different contact information on the student, postal addresses and electronic addresses. So let's say, for example, I want to record some extra email addresses other than the primary email address. So I'm going to enter here an electronic address. I select here the type, and maybe I say this is going to be a school emails, and I would enter the school email here, and then I would click here in order to save this information. Here are some notes which I can enter, which I can record concerning the person, a personal note, a biography, which would be useful for an instructor, and this information can be printed or made available online. Admission. This is where I define the admission records of this individual, and we will come back to this in a different video. Staff position. Is this person a staff member? And if so, I can click on the plus button on the lower right here, and I enter here the title, what they do. Maybe they are an administrator. Maybe they're assigned to a specific campus for their work. Maybe they work under a specific department of the school, and they would have a start date when they started to work, and if they are terminated, they would of course have an end date. And we will come back on this feature also later. Memberships. This is actually a very basic but fairly useful feature, which enables you to make an individual a member of a list, just like a simple list tracking feature. Let's say I want to add them to be membership of another list. Here are the lists which are defined in the system, and I would select the list, and then I would select a start date and an end date. Now she's already enrolled into both of those lists, and this is simply for your convenience. Transaction would be the list of all the financial transactions which exist under this individual. I can enter transaction at this level. I can enter a charge, a payment, or credit or refund. Let's say enter a charge, and this is a charge for an admission, admission fee, and I save, and here I have a charge. So this is here just the basic features of managing an individual. When I go back to the home screen, go back here to the people list, I can also of course create a new individual simply by clicking the plus button here on the lower right corner, and this is a similar screen to the one we have seen previously. Well, this is all as a very basic introduction for people, and we will come back to a lot of the features and a lot of the information that pertain to that screen in other videos.